I don't think I could say this because I'm not 100% aware. Maybe we can find some information online available. What I had heard is that this is not detectable in blood.
That's a stupid way to look at things. There's not a chance in hell that when
things
two world-class martial
time.
artists fight. There's no chance.
All the time.
Joe Rogan has come out vocally in support of Ryan Garcia regarding his failed test.
Fight this past weekend with Devin Haney.
Oh,
Ryan Garcia.
Ryan, yeah.
Everybody was counting out Ryan Garcia. So many people.
Oh, did you see how much he bet himself?
$2 million.
While many other professionals have been hugely critical of his alleged doping controversies, the famous host of the Joe Rogan Experience has been out to defend Ryan Garcia. He didn't only talk about the evident robbery plan for Ryan Garcia, he also spoke about a plan by the boxing authorities to shut down Ryan Garcia's career bull claim that I cheated lies. Everybody knows that I don't cheat. What can I say? Why didn't they come out with this before? Famous combat sport commentator and podcaster Joe Rogan has had his say on the recent controversy surrounding Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia's win over Devin Haney already carried an asterisk after Garcia badly missed weight ahead of the fight. Things only got more complicated this week when it was announced that Garcia had failed his test the day before and the day of the fight. The situation has caused significant confusion for many. Garcia's win is almost certain to be overturned, while Haney will once again officially be undefeated. But fans saw Garcia thrash Haney, dropping him 3 times en route to a majority decision win. In several ways, neither man comes out of their fight looking good. There are plenty of questions about the future for both, and we've attempted to address some of them below.
Bull fucking shit claim that I cheated.
Lies.
Yeah. Everybody knows that I don't cheat. What can I say? Why didn't they come out with this before?
Other questions won't be able to be answered until the dust settles from Garcia's failed tests. As a result, alongside Joe Rogan, many combat sport professionals have aired their opinion of what could potentially do a great damage to Ryan Garcia's career and bring him from the very pinnacle of success to a dungeon of humiliation and defeat. In the meantime, Haney has released a statement where he claims that Garcia cheated and disrespected both the fans and the sport of boxing by fighting dirty and breaking positive. Not once but twice. We learned about this situation not too long ago, and it's unfortunate. Ryan cheated and disrespected both the fans and the sport of boxing by fighting dirty and breaking positive. Not once but twice. I've always been an advocate for clean fighting, and this is an example of such. Ryan owed the fans an apology, and by his recent tweet, he still thinks this is a joke. We put ourselves on the liner to entertain people for a living. You don't play boxing. He also added, this puts the fight in a completely different light. Despite the disadvantage, I still fought on my shield and got back up. People die in this sport. This isn't a joking matter. First of all, these set it up. How did they have this excuse already built?
Okay, so supposedly I'm clean the whole way through. The last literal moment, I'm not that much of a fucking idiot. First of all, these motherfuckers set it up. How do they have this excuse already built in?
The longtime UFC commentator was one of the members of the mixed martial arts community to speak on Jon Jones's failed test. So for a quick recap, the former UFC light heavyweight champion failed an in-competition drug test at UFC 214. Due to that failed test, Jones was provisionally suspended by USADA, pending a full investigation by the CAC California Athletic Commission. Janie sent it to me. I thought it was a joke. Me too. I thought people were messing with me. I looked at my phone. I was like, this is no way. And then you sent to me, and you're the first one. I texted, I went, is this real? You went, yes. Jones defeated Daniel Cormier by 3rd round technical knockout in the main event of UFC 214 in Anaheim, California, to regain the title. Once the news was announced, UFC president Dana White talked about this topic several times back then. The Ultimate Fighting Championship president told media members that Jones's story would make a great 30 for 30 someday. Afterwards, Joe Rogan, a longtime UFC commentator, finally gave his take on the situation, especially answering the question of what Jones's legacy would be during one of the episodes of the Joe Rogan Experience alongside former UFC heavyweight fighter Brendan Sher. Rogan talked about Jones's screw-up. Jon Jones, with this, becomes the #1 mess-up of all time for sure. If he wasn't already, this is the biggest one ever. We can only hope and pray that somehow or another there's some mistake now. For a history lesson, Jones has a track record of getting himself in tough situations. If you recall, some time ago, he failed the test just days before his scheduled rematch with Daniel Cormier at UFC 200, which forced the UFC to strip him of his interim title before it, that he was stripped of the actual light heavyweight title when he was involved in a hit-and-run accident that saw the UFC suspend him. By reading Rogan's comments, he made it clear that it all added up, despite the fact that if someone wants to be skeptical of any one thing, the UFC commentator made it clear that where there's smoke, there's fire, and at this point any speculation is fair game. He might have been an arm wrestler then. Who knows? Roy Jones had the craziest style of all time, and when he was in his prime, that dude was untouchable. Here's the thing we don't know what was really going on now with Jones. Now, I think we are allowed to have complete open speculation with zero concern for being respectful after the whole pill thing. You got to go look, man, the dude was partying. He was taking some pills, meds. I don't give a damn about meds that's not helping you. Then you hear about this, and you go, wait a minute, what is this? I want to know what this is. This is a weird one, because if he was taking what you described as some short-acting, quick-leaving system substance that makes you aggressive, you have to ask, how long was he doing this for? Was he doing this during training? Did this amp him up? Did this help his work rate? Did this make him more aggressive and more confident in training? Did it add to his confidence when he was fighting? What is this? We don't know, man. Move for more towards Haney. Oh, I'm sure, like, this guy's not training. She didn't prepare. He's crazy. He's mentally unstable. Yeah. On another episode of the Joe Rogan Experience, UFC commentator Joe Rogan took this theory and stretched it to the absolute limit, essentially inferring that Jones used a substance that was cut with Chinese creatine that was in turn laced with a USADA prohibited substance. You want to know the craziest freaking rumor that I heard? Rogan told former UFC heavyweight Brendan Schaub on the show, I can't tell you who told me this. This is the craziest one. The stuff that Jon Jones tested positive for takes a long time to get out of your system, right? You know, where else you find that stuff? You find it in creatine. When they get creatine sometimes from China, one of the things they cut some meds with his creatine because it looks like meds. So if he was partying, John, you want to do a bump, it's really good stuff. Hey man, I can't test positive for anything, it's just meds, bro. It's not even cut. He had a birthday about 10 days out from the fight. Rogan concluded dumping gasoline on the fire and thrusting this conspiracy into overdrive.
First of all, these motherfuckers set it up. How do they have this excuse already built in? His fucking brother was...
Glaringly, Joe Rogan isn't the best to pamper any instance of doping, as seen in his readiness to crucify Jones while he had a doping issue. However, Joe Rogan has always seemed to show some preference for Ryan Garcia. What was also surprising was that Joe Rogan gave Ryan Garcia some decent support before and after the fight, as against Devin Haney. Following the loss, Joe Rogan had been in support of Ryan Garcia after his emphatic win, and it even criticized the authorities and Devin Haney for his retention of the World Boxing Council's super lightweight championship title.
If you got a left hook like Ryan Garcia, like, my God, that thing's fast.
Ryan as freaking Pereira.
But
Like, what
how
going
smart
on?
is Javante for making him go to 135 and then giving him a weight?
Subscribing to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications to get alerted when we drop quality contents like this. Until next time, peace out.